Hi guys, how you doing? I hope you're fine. Today we'll have prefix and suffix. But first off, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on your name. Language Art, grade 3. Okay guys, so we have some lessons under the prefix and suffix. We will complete the we will complete the first three lessons. That's this and this. And then in the next class, you would have the continuation of that. But today we will start with identified base word, prefix, and suffix. Okay, so we'll be identifying the base word, the prefix, and the suffix here. So first of all, let's um, figure out. Mm, oh yeah, yeah, it's grade 2. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's grade 2. This is for grade 2. Yeah, this is for grade 2. Yes, it's for grade 2, okay? Okay, so like I was saying, we're gonna be having prefix and suffix. So we have some lessons under prefix and suffix. We will complete the first three lessons, and then the next time you would have the remaining lessons. Okay. So the first one is to identify base word, prefix, and suffix. Okay. So first of all, what is the base word? Base words are words that can be combined with prefix and suffix. They can also be used on their own. So what we need to note is that base words are words on their own. Okay, they are already a word. Okay, they make sense. They are like already huge words that we know, and then we have to add the prefix and the suffix to the base word. Okay, so for example, we would have help. So when we have help, for example, when we have help, we have unhelpful. Okay, so help here is the base word, and then on here it goes before the base word. So we need to note that the prefix is at the beginning and then the suffix is at the end. Okay, so prefix is usually at the beginning, and then the suffix is at the ending. Okay, so we have unhelpful. This is the word unhelpful. Now, help here is the base word. We already know what help mean. Then on here is the beginning. Okay, so it's the prefix. We'll put it at the beginning, and then the full here is the ending. It's the suffix, so it's going to be at the end. Okay, so that's why we have unhelpful. All right, unhelpful. So that's how it works. Prefix usually are at the beginning, and then at the ending we have the suffix, and in the middle it is the base word. So without the base word we cannot form a prefix or suffix. The base word is the most important part in getting this. Okay, so let's look at some words. Okay, so for example, what is the base word in enjoyment? Okay, so now enjoy is what? Enjoy is the base word, and then the ment at the end is what? The suffix. Like I've said, suffix are usually at the end. Okay, so we have enjoyment. Enjoyment. So enjoy is the base word. Okay, so we also have, what is the base word here? Jobless. Jobless. Now, what is the base word? Job will have to be what? The base word, and then the less here is what? It's the suffix. Okay, so job is the base word. What is the base word here? We have payments. Payments. Now, pay here would be the base word because we know what pay mean, and then the ment here is a suffix. Okay, this part here is the suffix. So take notes that usually the prefix comes in the beginning of the base word, and then the suffix comes at the end of the base word. Okay, hi guys, welcome, good to have you guys. I hope that you guys are doing fine. Okay, yeah, meant is a suffix, exactly. So we have to take notes and figure out which is the base word, and then which also is the suffix or the prefix. Okay, so just remember that the prefix comes at the beginning, and then the suffix at the end. All right, let's look at some more examples before we move on to the test. So we have, what is the base word in sadly? Sadly. So we have sad, and then we have the ly here, the ly. So sad is the base word, and then the ly there would be what? The suffix. Hi. And then we also have wisely. Now, this question is asking what is the suffix. Wisely, suffix, like I've said, is at the end, so it's going to be the ly here. That's the suffix. So if ever it's asking you for the suffix or prefix or base word, you should be able to differentiate. You should note that the middle one, the one at the middle, is the base word. The starting point, if you have any, is like the prefix, and then the end is the suffix. Okay, do you have any question, guys, before we move on to the test? Let me know on the chat. Do you have a question? Do you have any questions? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Hi. Hi, guys. So, what's your question? Ask on the chat. If you have a question, send to me on the chat box. Just send the questions before we move into the test. What's your question? You guys have questions, right? Yes. So send your question so I can explain to you. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So, what are your questions? No? Okay. All right. Since we have no questions, let's move on to the test and then you give me your answers, right? Okay. Leave your answers on the chat. Okay. So, in this part, we have what is the suffix in sureness? Which of these is the suffix, guys? You can write it on the chat box. If it's the first or the second, let me know which is the suffix in sureness. So when we have sureness, what is the suffix there? Suffix. Let me know. So let's see. It has to be option 2. Okay, so you guys take notes. Like I've said, you guys are learning prefix and suffix today. And like I've said, the sure is the base word and the ness is the what? The suffix. So when you sit at the ending part, that is the suffix. And then this part here, sure, is the base word. Now this is asking you for the suffix, so you have to put the ness. Okay? So we also have what is the base word in restarts? This one now, what is the base word here? What is the base word in restarts? Leave it on the chat. Let's see. What is the base word here in restarts? Okay, so stats is the base word. Yes, correct. Because that's a word on its own. And then the beginning part, which is the re, the restart, this is the prefix. So stats is the base word. Then we also have what is the base word in remix? Remix. What is the base word in remix? You don't understand. So what we're doing, we're just having prefix and suffix. Okay, that's what we're doing. Base word, first of all, you have to identify the base word, prefix or suffix. Now the base word is the main word. Okay, it's usually the main word that you can see, and then the prefix is at the beginning, just like we have the re here. That's a prefix. Then mix is the base word, and whenever you see the word at the ending, like the first one where we did sureness, ness is the suffix. Okay, so that's what we're doing here today. Okay, so what is the prefix in refilled? What's the prefix in refilled? What's the prefix here in refilled? So re. Okay. So in refilled, the prefix is the re, the re there. And then what is the suffix in careless? What's the suffix in careless? What is the suffix in careless? What's the suffix in careless? Okay, less. Okay, so the less here is the suffix. So, like I've said, suffix is at the end. Sorry, I clicked on the care. Sorry, that was my mistake, clicking on the care. But the suffix is the less. Okay, so, but let's say in case you click on the wrong answer, you don't have to start all over again. You can just scroll down and you can see the explanation again. Okay. So, what is the base word in lightly? What is the base word in lightly? Lightly. What's the base word here? What's the base word in lightly? What's the base word here? Mm-hmm. Light. Okay. So light is the base word in lightly. Okay, so on the chat box, can you guys write any word that you know that has a base word with either a prefix or a suffix? So write one word each, guys, with either the prefix or the suffix. Send it on the chat. Write one word each, either the prefix or the suffix, right? Mhm. So write one word that you know or you want to share with us. Either it comes with the prefix or it comes with the suffix. So write one word each. Write one word each, guys. Either with prefix or suffix. Each of you must share a word. So one word each. You can say the words. Okay. And then you also let me know if you have any hi enjoyment. That's your word. Okay. You can also let me know if you have any question with the first test. Do you have any question here with the first test? Any question? Let me know. And then also leave one word each on the chat, either with prefix or suffix. Make a choice. We have the first word, which is enjoyment. So make one word. It's successful. That's great. Good, good, good. So we also have successful. Success is the base word. Full is the suffix there. Good job, guys. hmm More words, guys. Leave more words on the chat box. Okay. Leave more words on the chat. And let me know if you have any questions with the first one, the first test. Do you have any question with the first test? Mm-hmm. Okay, no question. All right, then let's move on to the second test. The rest of you, I'm still waiting for your words. So you leave one word on the chat each. So it says to determine the meaning of a word with pre, re, or miss. Okay? Okay. You changed your account. Okay. Go through. Okay. So it says to determine the meaning of a word with pre, re, or miss. Okay. So a prefix can be added to the beginning of a word. It changes the meaning of the word. So if a prefix is added to the beginning of the word, it changes the meaning of that word. For example, the prefix pre means before. So if you will do something, it has to be pre this. So preparation, for example, so it's before, pre. Okay. And then the prefix pre means before. That's what we should note. The prefix pre is just talking about before you do something. Okay. Then we have pre-made means made before. Pre-made. So when we see pre-made simply just means something that we've done before. So we pre-made it. And then we have prefix re means again. So for example, if I say redo, okay, when I say redo something, can you redo this please? Okay. So re means do it again. And then the prefix miss mean incorrectly or poorly. So whenever you see miss something that is read incorrectly or poorly, so misread is incorrect. Okay, so misread incorrectly. Okay, so yes, just take note that the pre means before, means um the re means again, and then the miss mean incorrect or wrongly. Do you have any questions, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is there a question? Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's do some questions together. What does miscount means? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what does restart mean when you start before? Restart. Maybe you've already done it before. So it says restart. So like do it again. All right. And then we also have what does pre-wash mean? Pre-wash. Like something that you washed before. Pre-washed. Okay. So pre-washed. All right. So let's move on to the test. You can send in your answers. First one we have what does pre-mix mean? What's the meaning of pre-make? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's your answer here? What does pre-mix mean? Okay, so how many tests? We have one more test. after this one. So yeah, reread. What does reread mean? Reread. If I say, can you reread this? Everybody sending your answers on the chat. Let's interact, okay? Okay, okay. Sending your answers. Send your answers. What does reread mean? Where's everybody? Reread. Reread. Read again. Okay. Then repaint. What does repaint mean? Repaint. What does repaint mean? Repaint. Repaint is what? Option 2. Paint again. Okay. What is misreads? Misread. What is misread? Misread. What does that mean? Misread something. Misread. And then misread. What does misread mean? Misread. Mm-hmm. Read incorrectly. Read incorrectly. Okay. Prepaid. So what is prepaid? Prepaid. What does prepaid mean? Prepaid. What does it mean? Prepaid. Prepaid. What does prepaid mean? So prepaid simply mean like when you paid before. So prepaid, paid before. Okay. Then we also have what does misheard mean? If you misheard something, you heard it incorrectly. So misheard, you didn't hear the correct thing, you read something else or heard something else. And then when we say redo, I mean do it again. Can you redo this, please? It just simply means to do it again. So remix, mix before. remix. Okay. So that's it for like this lesson. Okay. That's it for this lesson. You have to make sure that you take note of the retakes, the miss, the and then the pre. Okay, so we have miss, pre, and re. But you can tell me on the chat if you have any questions. Tell me on the chat. The remaining three lessons will be like in your next class. Okay, so the remaining three lessons will be in the next lesson. And then now, before we finish, you can tell me if you have any questions. You can tell me on the chat. I will answer you. Tell me on the chat. Mhm. Do you have any questions, guys? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your question? Okay, ask me. What's your question? Ask your question. Hi, ask your question. What's your question? Mm-hmm. You can ask me. Mm-hmm. This is for grade two. This is grade two. This is grade two. Grade three is next after this. This is grade two. Grade three will be next after this. Okay? Grade three will be next after this. Okay. This is grade two. All right. So that's it. Mhm. Yeah, this is grade two. Okay. So yeah, you guys, if you haven't done these lessons, you have to try to do the two lesson, okay? And the next lesson will be completed in the next class, okay? I hope that you have a good evening. Take care of yourself, guys, and see you next time. Bye. What class is your brother? What class is your brother? Let me know. What class is your brother? Okay, I have grade three after this, so I'm going to meet with your brother. Okay? So I have grade three after this, and I will see your brother soon. Okay? So bye. Bye, guys.